Welcome back, Flare community. Happy Thursday. I hope you're all well and having an incredible day as always. Yes, we got TRT in the house. We got Andrew. We got Steve Lee, Valiant Energy, AA Best, and of course, Professor in here too. It's time for the weekly news update, where we're going to be talking about all of the significant news that's been happening in the past week on both the Songbird and the Flare network. So, without further ado, let's jump in as we normally do with the usual tradition, and that is looking at the various data providers. So I did actually come across this, that previously on the FTSO monitor site, I would order by the reward rate here, and this is the rewards for the current epoch. And since it did just start, you can see that the rewards are obviously very low, but there is another column here for the previous reward rate. So this is for the last epoch, and this is, I guess it concluded just a couple of hours ago. So this is more indicative of or accurate of a good performing signal provider. So that's what we're going to be doing moving forward, going from this previous reward rate, which is looking at the data of the epoch that just finished. So with that in mind, the top performer this week is EDP FTSO in first place. In second place, we've got Nortso. In third place, we've got Light FTSO. Fourth place, we have Attorney. And in fifth place, Flare Dienst. So congratulations to all of those reaching the top five. We've got Carlo asking what Flare assets when. I'm assuming that's F assets. Well, you can go ahead and test them on the Coston test network today, right now. I'm talking a little bit more about that in just a second. But first, we're going to look at xHaven and the best performing NFT collections this week. Topping the charts, it is Focus Pass. In second place, it's the Block Bonez traits. In third place, the Block Bonez collection themselves. And in fourth place, we have the Oracles. And finally, in fifth place, we have the Fat Cats. That's the NFT roundup and top performers for this week. And jumping straight into news, I guess this may have... there we go. Yes, this is something that's happened on the Songbird network. FTSO V2 rewards are now live. Plus, they've actually extended the amount of feeds over on the Songbird network. Of course, these updates every 90 seconds, but you can see some of the networks here that are integrated. And this is one of the great things about developing on the Flare network. You've got data that is not just cheap, but very much accessible and easy to retrieve. Yes, F asset minting. This one's for you, Carlo. So if you do want to try F assets, people have been screaming it for a long time. When F assets? Well, you can test it right now. This is the demo link here. I'm sure you guys can repost that into your browser and have a little test. And the more people that test, the quicker that the team can look at or identify any issues and rectify them, which essentially means that the quicker we can find F assets going live on Songbird, and then obviously following that, the Flare network. And there are some updates here because we know that one of the aspects of minting F assets is the collateral provided by the agents. There needs to be sufficient collateral in order to mint. And this is how you're able to trustlessly mint in a fully collateralized manner, right? If the collateral is not there, you're not able to mint. Now, a lot of people were actually hoarding their FXRP because there was some promises of rewards, and there still are going to be some rewards. but testing just a portion of the protocol is not necessarily what the Flare team wants. They want you to go through the full life cycle, the minting of F assets, but also the redemption here. And that's the process of redeeming your F assets to their original originating token, right? A lot of people have been holding their F assets, which means that the collateral is not sufficient to mint more F assets. Now, something important to note here is that because this is on the Coston test network, it's not indicative of a real-world environment because the Coston test network has no value. So people and agents, there's not an economy there that is representative of what would happen in the real world. So with that in mind, here's some important news for those who are testing. Unless you are an agent in the F assets system, hoarding more than 1,000 test XRP after midnight UTC tonight, which I believe is in maybe 3 hours, will count heavily against you when it comes to earning rewards from the open beta. So again, there are rewards for people that test this protocol, the F asset system, and there's going to be some sort of reduction in rewards if you are hoarding more of the test XRP. So if that is you, feel free to redeem some test XRP and get yourself some more rewards, and also allow more people to participate in this beta testing. So in order to avoid bots and setting up thousands of addresses, in order to prevent bots setting up thousands of addresses and then holding 1,000 test XRP each, rewards will only be paid to those addresses on Coston that also hold or stake or delegate meaningful amounts of FLR, SGB, or WFLR, or WSGB. So make sure that you use the same address on Coston as what you use on Songbird or Flare. So that's just a bit of a warning. Long story short, if you've got more than 1,000 F test XRP, start redeeming some within the next couple of hours. Moving along, Flare is the blockchain for data. This is news from the ETHGlobal hackathon, and there's been some pretty intense and innovative projects that have been building on Flare over this, and they go through this post here with various accounts that have been, or projects that were actually attending. You've got LZ Lend, which is a peer-to-peer cross-chain lending with an aggregated cross-chain oracle. There was Rainframe, Farcaster Frame for deploying your favorite trading strategies on-chain quickly and easily. I'm assuming this is integrated with Rainlang. We have X Data Aggregator, and of course NetZero. I think that's to do with carbon credits and something to do with cross-chain as well. And there is a full tweet on this, a breakdown, a thread, of each project. G-Man Crypto, yes, sometimes there are no agents available. That's what this is all about. Agents have to have collateral to mint test XRP, or for you to mint test XRP. Everyone's been minting test XRP. All the collateral is being used up. But in order for more people to test, the people that have the test XRP should redeem it to allow more people to test and free up that collateral. G-Man, this is just, like I said, it's because the economy on a testnet is not really representative of the real world because, there's the incentives are not there. There's no value in what you are minting. So if you're holding F test XRP, be sure to redeem it. It's not a limitation of the network. This is intended functionality. You can't mint F assets if there's no collateral to back it up, right? Moving along, we've got this here, which was a very interesting call that I was co-hosting today and moderating over on X. Please do drop a message in the chat if you want me to maybe record this and upload it to YouTube. I know not everyone is on X, but it was definitely worth listening to if you are. And like I said, maybe I'll possibly entertain uploading this onto YouTube for those who are not on X. We had a great discussion here with Hugo, Anita, Angus, and Kenny. Of course, I was moderating, and the whole topic was FlareFi Summer, which is a hashtag coined by the community. We talked all about Spark Dex, Stargate, LayerZero, and basically the theme was interoperability. And yeah, like I said, definitely worth checking out if you didn't give it a listen. Lots of little juicy bits of information in there. Building with the Flare Money Legos is going to be fun. So I like the idea. Like I say, FlareFi Summer was coined by our community. These are all the DeFi applications that we can see coming and already on the Flare network. And it seems like things are really heating up. So yeah, definitely going to be in for a good couple of months ahead. I know there's a lot of people building with functionality just around the corner. Something that I'm very excited about, and I'm sure you are too. Stargate Finance, as I did mention, was part of that ecosystem call, and they basically provide unified liquidity between the Flare network and more than 25 top chains, including Ethereum, Arbitrum, Optimism, and Base. And this allows for USDC, USDT, and Ethereum to come over to the Flare ecosystem via the Hydra bridge. So lots of exciting stuff here. What do we have here? Learning and starting something new this summer. Try building with Flare Networks and LayerZero Labs V2. It talks about some interesting integrations and suggestions of how you can use this technology to your advantage if you are a developer. And they talk about omni-chain fungible tokens, all kinds of stuff here. And obviously this goes back to the hackathon over at ETHGlobal. And yeah, lots of interesting use cases. If you are a developer, maybe worth checking out this thread. Staying on the theme of DeFi, Enosys have recently shared that the XDC to Songbird bridge has now been updated to the latest version of the smart contracts. These have been audited, and the process of updating the front end and all the interfaces is in progress. And what does this mean? Well, it means that they're extremely excited, as this is the final step before the Ethereum bridge with PAXG, I believe that's Paxos, as well as native ready USDC. So yeah, great news there from Enosys. Sceptre, did you know that SFLR, which is a staked FLR, can be used in liquidity pools on the Flare networks, like those on Enosys and BlazeSwap, to generate additional yield? So liquid staking, as I'm sure many of you are aware, is a service offered by Sceptre for a 10% fee of the rewards. And what it allows you to do is have a asset that represents the Flare that you have staked, but it's still able to be used within various DeFi platforms. So you can simultaneously stake your FLR, I guess through a third party, use that token to participate in DeFi, and then when you want to redeem it, you can redeem it for the original FLR that you had, plus the staking rewards that have accrued throughout that period. Kinetic have an information here, I guess a short video here about the Jewel token, which recently launched on a centralized exchange. I'm pretty sure now it will be out there in the DeFi ecosystem, trading on all the dexes. So if you're wondering what Jewel is, you can check it out by following this video. It's pretty well made and very easy to follow. In addition to that, you are now able to stake Jewel. So Kai Stake is now live at Kinetic.Market to coincide with the launch of Jewel. They brought the first part of the Kinetic protocol online. Probit buyers, that's where the centralized exchange where you could buy them, will allow you to withdraw your wallets. That was earlier yesterday, I believe. Moving along, this was actually quite an interesting conversation here from CoinTelegraph. Some of you may have been tuning into this this space, but it was actually more of a live stream. In fact, let me see if I can scroll down and find it really quick. I know they post quite often, so let's have a little scroll down here. I believe it was on the 22nd, but yeah, these guys have got a lot of followers, and I'm intrigued to see actually the metrics on the stats for the actual live stream, because it was a live stream with Hugo and the CoinTelegraph team. I thought it was pretty good. Hugo obviously answered a lot of the questions very well. And it's great to get that exposure to a broader audience that may not necessarily be part of the initial Flare community. So give me a second. I'm sure it's just around the corner here. Also, definitely on the 22nd. So let's see, we'll give it a little bit longer. There we go. I believe they had it on their YouTube channel as well, but this is definitely worth a watch if you haven't seen it. Again, with all of these interviews, I may just actually download them and upload them to the YouTube channel, because it can be a bit of a hindrance to come and find them and know where to find them. And maybe you can enjoy them over on the Flare Community YouTube channel. So that's pretty much the DeFi stuff. Just a little word from the NFT space, specifically Block Bonez. We launched the fusion for the background trades, and everyone's been enjoying that. But I also launched the white paper. So this project is something that I've been working on for a very long time now, and it's getting quite big. And I thought it was a great opportunity to really bring everything together in a concise white paper for you all to enjoy. It talks about the various base layers, the multipliers that are associated with it, the dynamic trait system, which basically allows you to create your own NFT, because this is a dynamic NFT collection. We talk about the Bonez coin. We talk about the various traits that you can buy and acquire. We talk about special traits. We talk about rarity-based rewards, where you get to claim FLR based on the rarity of the NFT that you create. We talk about the airdrops and various value boosting incentives, including the Earn Boost, the Crematorium, the Fusion Fund, how the fees are used to bring positive feedback loops to every holder. We've got liquidity incentives as the very first token to be listed on Enosys via their launchpad. We talk about how the royalties feed back to all the holders, the various partnerships with those such as xToads, where we offer or we put in the rewards from their staking service back into the collection, and basically provided the deflationary mechanism to the entire collection, because we burn the NFTs, which means higher rewards for everyone. But yes, definitely worth checking out if you're still unsure about what the Block Bonez project is, or if you want some more information. You can find it at blockbonez.com/whitepaper. What do we also have here? Yes, actually, I just covered this at the beginning. So that's the Songbird news for today. And in fact, that's the Flare news overall. So I hope that you enjoyed this live stream. Of course, if you have yet to do so, please feel free to subscribe and give the video a like. And if you are free in the next hour or so, come over to the Flare Community Discord. We'll be chilling here. Scroll right down to the bottom. We'll be having a good old chinwag in the chat. So everyone is welcome, and I believe there is a link in the description if you do want to join. But if you don't, enjoy the rest of your day and have an incredible weekend. Again, I'd like to thank you all so much for watching, for all of the subscribers, the people that are here today, liking the videos and just supporting and being actively engaged within the community. I'm super glad that you're all here, and I hope you have a great weekend. So with that in mind, please do enjoy yourself, and until next time, I'm out.
We have liftoff.